Yay Networks.
Can Shane sit on the toilet normally, or do you have to hold him on there? Do you use a bidet to help clean him up?
I wish we used a bidet.
Why don't we have a bidet?
I don't know. I would love a bidet.
We should try one.
We have super soakers. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back to Junkyard Mayhem.
Welcome back.
Let's make this a happier episode.
Okay.
Shared some bad news last time. This one's going to be more fun. Although it might not be, because when I told Hannah my idea for this episode, her response was, "Oh, Lord."
Yeah. I mean, your idea of a happier
Like
episode,
a fun time.
what Shane did is he asked our YouTube subscribers to ask us uncomfortable questions.
In all caps.
Why?
I said uncomfortable.
Why wouldn't you say fun or like
Because
loving?
we've done that enough times over the years, and when we do that, we get questions like, "What kind of pizza are you?"
Oh.
You know,
That's a nice fun. Yeah, that's the point.
I haven't. We've answered those.
I haven't answered that.
People know what kind of pizza I am.
What kind of pizza are you?
Cheesy,
Okay.
extra cheesy. So I wanted to get like different questions, maybe ones that we haven't talked about, and we got a lot. I told them that we were not gonna answer things that we've talked about a million times, like
Yeah.
intimacy or stuff like that. So we got some really uncomfortable ones,
Great.
and I can't wait.
Well, we're gonna get into that soon, but first we have some like funny little things that have happened to us in the past week or two.
Uncomfortable things, actually, a little bit.
They're pretty uncomfortable. Some of them are more uncomfortable than others.
Let's begin with the most uncomfortable. I'll let you tell this story.
Is this the one in our garage?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so the other day, Shane and I were coming home and we pulled into our garage,
As one does.
as one does. And
We were in a playful mood.
we had picked up ice cream. We had purchased ice cream. And so I was like in a rush to get my ice cream honestly, to taste the ice cream and then to get it into the freezer.
Does everyone... hold on here. Pause.
What?
Hannah is not able to buy ice cream without coming home and sampling a bite or two of it.
I call it sample. Yeah, I'm like, I have to sample my ice cream.
But like she buys the same vanilla bean or vanilla whatever is very specific.
Vanilla bean.
Vanilla bean, I was right. Every week, you know?
Same brand, Kemp's Vanilla Bean, my favorite.
And you have to sample it every time.
And I buy other ice creams too, and I sample all of them. It's because when it comes home, it's slightly melty. It's the best time to eat the ice cream. And so the best thing is buying it, coming home, taking that lid off, and taking the first couple bites.
Okay, this is not an ad for Temps. So this is just setting the scene for you.
Okay.
Hannah's in a great mood because she has ice cream, and she's frantic to get inside.
I'm in a great mood, and I'm in a rush. So I get out of the car, I open up Shane's ramp, and I yell, "Hurry!" like a couple of times.
In that voice.
Like
in a
that, yeah.
monstery. She was just being silly.
Yeah, I'm like,
just,
gotta get my ice cream. Hurry up.
yeah, you're literally like, hurry up. But like bellowed it in the garage, okay?
Okay, and then
Turns around.
so we turn around and we are heading up the ramp. We see a man standing at the sink in the garage, pretending that he doesn't see us. And we realize that this is a man who has been hired to fix the plumbing.
Like, we knew he was going to be here today.
Yep, we knew, but we forgot. And there he was. And he had just heard me scream again and again, "Hurry up."
I need to know what went through that man's head
He was
as
nice
you stood
about
there
it.
and you monster bellowed at the wheelchair boy to hurry up.
Yeah, and then he very clearly was pretending that he didn't see us, and then he like turned around and was like, "Oh, hi," and I was like, "You are 5 feet away. I know you heard me screaming, but thank you so much for pretending that you didn't."
I love it.
He was very nice about it.
I have never stifled a laugh harder.
Yeah,
Was
our
I-
eyes became 8 sizes bigger.
The next story is also ice cream related, oddly enough.
Oh yeah, I don't like this story. I
Well-
don't think this is funny yet.
Go ahead. No, you know what? I'll tell them. They need their real facts.
Okay.
There is an ice cream, a family-owned, like, small ice cream company around here called A to Z Creamery that puts out a weekly ice cream drop.
One flavor, and it's very, very hard to get that ice cream. It's like if you're not on there, even if you're on there the second it drops, like you've got a 50-50 chance of getting it, you know?
And
Maybe less than 50-50.
Hannah has made it a foundation of her personality that she needs to get these ice cream drops. They make like, first of all, really good ice cream,
It's incredible ice cream.
but like real unique flavors
Yeah.
and fun stuff.
It's the best ice cream I've ever had. It's
Okay.
worth it. I need it.
So, when we got an email from A to Z that said that they were selling ice cream
Pint coolers.
coolers,
Yeah.
like little thermoses.
It looks like an ice cream container, but it's a thermos. Really cute. And you can put your ice cream in there and it keeps it cold.
And so the idea is like when you go to pick up the ice cream that you've gotten from them, you put it in their little thermos
Yeah.
and you can drive home without it melting too much.
Yeah.
And the fun thing about these little thermoses that they were now launching was that when you purchased one, it unlocked or gave you access to a VIP club where,
It didn't say those
I'm
words.
sorry, hold on,
though.
hold
It didn't
on.
say those words.
Hold on.
You're just creating them.
as I'm reading the email, I'm learning that once you own one of these, you are now in like the upper echelon of their customer base. And for all future flavors, all you have to do when it drops is send them a message, show them your thermos order number, and you get dibs. You don't have to wait for the mayhem of the drop. You just get it.
And
So I buy one.
So Shane buys a thermos that was not inexpensive. You know, it's a custom thermos.
It was
that these people-
$45.
It was $45.
Okay.
And Shane tells me about this club.
But for lifetime access.
Yeah, and I'm like, that is incredible.
You were so happy. I was
but
so
it
happy.
doesn't like I was like, that doesn't make sense. Like, how can that be possible? And
Let's-
Shane was like, no, it does, because then you have all these people who are like for sure gonna buy your ice cream. And I was like, yeah, but everyone is for sure gonna buy their ice cream. Like, they sell out. So that doesn't seem very fair to make people buy $45 worth of something to have access to the ice cream, because like then it's just gonna be those people.
Before this skepticism set in, there were 3 or 4 beautiful minutes
That's not that
of
long.
ecstasy,
Okay.
pride that my
So,
wife felt towards me.
I
Pride-
get confused. I'm like, I really? And you know, Shane's not the best at reading closely, reading between the lines, reading the lines at all. So I go to this email and I see
can
that
read everyone.
it doesn't say all future flavors. It says that you can get priority access to any future flavor. And then below that, it says like one time.
No,
It
that
says
is
something like
no.
that, though.
It said any one future flavor.
What?
No,
Okay,
it didn't. No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
No.
It says, you know what? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter exactly what it
It was
said, but it was
misleading.
very clear that it was any like one time you get to do this for any future flavor.
It was not clear.
It was like you get a VIP priority access to any. It was whatever.
Their copywriters and editors need to learn a little bit about how words are used.
Well, I understood the email at first read and was like, Shane, what? I mean, at least I get to cash in on the one future flavor.
Yeah, save that, and when you use it, and you get just instant, glorious access
But
to that flavor. Remember me,
it wasn't worth it. And
your hardworking, caring husband who went out of his way to get that for you.
it just reminds me of when you bought the 2 pounds of yeast that was extremely expensive.
No.
And didn't read that it said 2 pounds. You just like bought the yeast, and then it was like great for restaurants and bakeries, and you just didn't read that.
When you say that I'm not good at reading,
Or when you booked the Airbnb that was inaccessible and we had to leave and find somewhere else to stay.
I just prefer efficiency. I don't like to
It's
spend a whole lot of
reckless.
time. We don't have a finite amount of time on this earth.
Oh my God.
Am I going to waste that time reading pages of fine print every time
See this?
I open up a website? No.
You're
I'm going to get in, get out.
and it doesn't match the
Get
rest
what
of
I
your
want.
personality. It's really odd to me
So,
that
I
you don't
know.
read things thoroughly
Yeah, it's
and
one
double
of my,
check and triple check.
one of my special quirks. It makes me
So fun
zesty.
and unique.
All right. Well,
I'm excited for this last story, Shane. I really can't wait for you to
I don't
share.
really want to talk about it.
Oh, this is upsetting.
Last week, couple weeks ago, I was sent a call for auditions for a children's animated show on a prominent children's network
Mm-hmm.
that shall remain nameless.
Yeah.
And they were looking to cast a voice actor for a character that would be using a wheelchair
That had muscular dystrophy.
that had muscular dystrophy.
Yeah.
And as such, they were looking for voice actors that use wheelchairs so that it was authentic casting.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You're a shoo-in.
And they were reaching out directly to me saying, hey, we think you'd be great for this. Submit a tape.
Well, the instructions said that this is a show for preschoolers
Mhm.
and the characters are supposed to be children on this show. So it needs to have a childlike voice. And if you followed us for a while, you'll know that Shane cannot do falsetto or any sort of higher pitched head voice, anything higher than what he is speaking right now.
Yes, so that's very important. The other important factor is that in addition to submitting myself reading through some script, I also had to submit myself singing a song in character. And so initially, I was like, this is really neat, but, it's not really for me.
And I was like, you've got it.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
You might as well.
So for a day, I began trying
Yeah.
to find a voice.
I'm like, you can do this. Like there's no way that you cannot make a voice that is a preschool.
So Hannah and I are like going around town doing errands the whole time. I'm like, hi, oh, hi, hi. And the important part is that I have to say more than hi.
It's
I
a
have to do a
long
lot and then
script.
sing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, row your boat. No, that sounds horrible. Over and over, just trying out different things, trying to land on a voice that like I can do, but also replicate.
Yeah.
Because I kept finding voices
Something sustainable.
that were nice, but then like half hour later, it couldn't get back there.
Nice. Okay.
I-
Do you want to show them the
made-
voice you found?
No, I don't. I really
oh,
don't.
come on. Just a second.
Hey there, kids. I'm Shane and I'm ready to play. Not bad, right? Not bad.
Not bad.
Row your boat. Sure. Not bad.
The quiver.
So I set aside my ego, my pride, and I submit what I feel and what Hannah and our family felt
You sent it to everybody.
was a strong audition.
And the song that you sang was "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
And I did not hear back from them. End of story.
No, he didn't get the role.
Didn't get the role. Didn't even get a no.
No.
Just
a pass.
just silence.
Silence.
I probably scared them, and they were like, "Nope, don't even reply to him."
Oh, that's too bad, Shane. I really was hoping that you would get that.
I know.
that
So my
role.
lifelong saga of auditioning for weird, random acting roles
One
and then
audition,
not
yeah.
getting them.
One audition every 6 years is what you're on now.
Uh-huh.
I hope you get the next one.
Just have to practice my voices. All right, everyone. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with uncomfortable questions. All right, I'm back to my real voice now because we have something important to do, and that is thank our sponsor of this episode, Article.
Yes, Shane and I have been in the market for a new couch for a while. I I mean, I have spent months and months, maybe a year, online shopping for a couch and have, it was a struggle to find the perfect one.
You're very opinionated.
Yes.
And then we discovered Article, and it made the whole process so much more enjoyable.
Yep.
Like, listen through their website, the variety, the just like coolness.
Yeah, everything was perfectly our style. The
Yeah.
prices were incredible. And it was finally easy for indecisive me to
Yep.
pull the trigger on a couch, which is a big deal.
Hannah kept running into me with her laptop, being like, "Look at this one! It's so cool!"
And I'd show Shane like 3 couches that to me were very different, but to him were very similar, and be like, "Which one?" And he would be like, "I don't."
I was
I
like,
don't really.
"Make a decision."
Make a decision, and I did.
We did. We picked out a couch that we love.
And our couch is arriving
It's
today.
arriving today. I cannot wait to lay upon
Yep.
this couch.
Yep.
Who gets to use it first, you or me?
Me.
No.
It's gonna be a lot quicker for me to jump on it. It's me.
Throw me on it, then jump on.
So Article is an online only model, which is what keeps their prices so low. And they have a curated assortment of mid-century modern, coastal, industrial, Scandinavian, and boho designs that are all so beautiful.
I've learned through this process that boho is my preferred aesthetic.
Oh, okay, Shane.
I also have to say, because I handled this portion of it, after we placed our order, the entire delivery process has been so smooth
Yeah.
and satisfying.
And fast.
They're super fast.
Yeah.
And they were so communicative. They have this tracker thing that you get when you place your order, and it shows you exactly the minute that your order will arrive, which I am all about.
Yeah. So Article is offering our listeners $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. To claim, visit article.com/junkyard and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout. That's article.com/junkyard for $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more.
Welcome back, Kit. I'm not going to do the whole episode in that voice. Don't
I was
worry.
about to be like, Shane, I need you to stop.
We're back, and we're now going to answer uncomfortable questions submitted by our faithful listeners. First up, we're going to begin on an academic, serious note before we dive into the heavy ones. Hannah,
Oh my God.
take it away.
I don't really know why you included this. This is really not the rest of them are questions for us. This one is the only uncomfortable question I can think of is why do people wear thongs? I don't expect you to know. I'm simply mystified.
So,
Go ahead, Shane. Answer the question.
I've not worn many thongs
Okay.
in my lifetime. I think it's the breathability that may be an attraction. I think that it might be just a personal style choice. I like the way I look in t-shirts, but not fedoras, you know? Some people like the way they look. I think they work really well with tight-fitting pants so as not to show underwear lines. Am I on the right
Yeah.
track here?
Yeah. Why are you looking at me?
Because you wear them more than I do.
That's true. I will just say that I don't like to layer a long sleeve shirt underneath a sweatshirt. And the same goes for any other part of my
So
body.
draw your own conclusions.
Just saying, I don't like layers. So
A
that's,
thong is basically not a layer.
yeah, it's not a layer.
It protects the optimal area.
Oh, Shane.
All right, let's move on.
All right. Is there any part of the caretaking side of things that Hannah finds too uncomfortable to do, or anything that is too uncomfortable for Shane to have Hannah do? That would be unfortunate, seeing as how I've been your only caregiver for 5.5 years.
Yeah, she hasn't helped me poop yet. It is becoming sort of a problem. Now, I mean, I thought of one. Not there's nothing that I'm too
Yeah.
uncomfortable about. But I have one that I think is for you.
Ooh.
Sort of, that you've done it. But every once in a while, I have to spit something out. You know, people spit things out of their mouth. But,
yeah.
you know, like a piece of food or whatever,
Gum.
gum, or, you know, a snot. It
Oh,
happens.
Okay.
Guys, these are uncomfortable. Just buckle up. and I can't really spit very well, so it doesn't really go anywhere. So we have to just like collect it as I kind of do. So Hannah really doesn't like spit, and whenever I need that assistance, which is seldom, she's always like
Ew.
a little bit like no.
Yeah. Ew.
And
Keep
she
it in your
does it.
mouth.
She does it, but not
Yeah.
excitedly. I'll say
Because you'll spit things that I don't think you need to spit, you know?
Uh-huh.
Like, I can't think of an example, but I'm just like, why? Like, just swallow that, you know?
I'll like take a sip of a drink and be like, ew, that was yucky tonight. Can I rinse and spit? You know.
I'm like, why are you doing this to me? Yeah.
So, but no, anything uncomfortable for you?
No.
No,
I
not
think, yeah,
really.
that's like, you know, the only thing that I'm like, ew, keep your spit away from my fingers.
And that's not to say that like when I have a bathroom emergency, doesn't mean that she's like, yay. You know, she's not like over the moon, but like
Yeah, but it's not uncomfortable.
yeah, right.
Okay. What is a deal breaker for each other in the relationship? These are all questions now. Loss of a limb, finding out your partner voted libertarian, gaining 200 pounds, smoking cigars, frequent shoplifting. Apologies if this sounds rude or unkind.
Thank you for your question.
Yeah.
I love the idea that if I lost a limb, that would be a deal breaker for
I
Hannah.
know what.
We've talked a little bit about like what, like if I found out you were a murderer, you know, like would that even be
Yeah.
a deal breaker? And it's a little bit scary that I think the answer is yes. That would be very concerning.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100% there.
I know.
Like I would first try to understand why the Hannah that I know is
Yeah.
a murderer. I
Yeah.
was like, I know you to your core.
Yeah.
And if I didn't know that you were you must have a reason. Knowing
I
you,
know.
like I
Depends. If it was like, if I was like, these make sense, then it would be okay. But if it was like, I do this, I have murdered for fun, then you'd have to be like, I'm out,
yeah.
you know?
So things like that, like heinous, awful
crime.
things.
Frequent shoplifting. That's really the only one on this list that I'm like, oh, because that's like a behavior. The rest of them aren't. I mean, I guess voting libertarian is a behavior.
Most things I think we would
Smoking cigars, like,
just, to what extent?
yeah, I
What
don't
if I had one in my mouth right now?
all the time, never without a cigar. Yeah, I mean, I like that wouldn't really be a deal breaker.
No, I think we would work through it. We would go to therapy or
Yeah.
fight about it. and
Frequent
then
shoplifting. That wouldn't really, I would be like, you should stop.
should stop
I
that.
wouldn't be like, I'm out of this relationship. Go shoplift somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there is. If we work through pretty much everything,
Yeah.
except for that kind of top tier, or like villain stuff.
Villain. Okay. Does Shane actually have that wonderfully happy disposition all day long? Was he born that way? And does Hannah always have that unbelievably loving attitude all day? Aw. Don't look at me like
What do
this.
you see in our videos?
I am so loving. No.
No, not at all.
No. Shane
I'm unhappy most of the time.
Shane
I'm
is
just sarcastic about it.
no, you definitely are not like wonderfully happy all the time.
Not at all.
You'll be grumpy about whatever. Usually, like, if you have slept in and didn't get a good start to your day, you'll be grumpy for like the rest of the day, being like, I didn't get enough work done.
I hate the question like, are you an optimist or a pessimist? Because I am very pessimistic about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm really optimistic about life, and I always think things will work out.
Yeah.
It's weird, they conflict.
Yeah, they do.
I'm an optimistic pessimist,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Interesting.
So no, not happy all the time.
And I'm not unbelievably loving all the time.
No, Hannah's a grumpy grouch 98% of the time.
So rude.
She turns it off for the videos. but-
Yeah. No, I think, we are pretty much the way we are right now, like most of the time, but we
Yes.
certainly have
Yeah.
moods where we're grumpy.
Yeah. I mean, it's remarkable that we get along with the amount of time that we spend together.
Yeah.
Well, I just mean that we're not more grumpy
Yeah.
and annoyed. We're generally like,
And it's not usually at each other.
No, yeah.
You know, like it's not usually caused by each other.
No, we're like, oh, we have that thing
Yeah.
together. Let's be annoyed about it.
Yeah.
Wow, what a good couple we are.
Oh my God. Shane, does it drive you crazy having an itch you can't scratch? Tell us how you guys handle his itches and scratches.
Ooh, this one took uncomfortable in a literal sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, having an itch I can't scratch is infuriating. It's happened so many times in my life, however, that I can mentally ignore it.
Shane believes everything is mental. Being cold is mental.
Yeah.
Having an itch is mental.
Well, having an itch is a obvious physical, real thing. But if you can just ignore it for 2 minutes, it generally stops bothering me.
Yeah. But how do we handle it? Either I'll scratch an itch or Shane will have a skewer on his laptop or like a straw, but
Like
recently
a bamboo skewer.
a
yeah.
bamboo skewer, and then they're very long, and so he can reach a lot of spots
It's my
with,
itcher.
with that.
Gross.
Yep.
Um,
And then you use it to pick up a chip and eat it.
I do. But Hannah's scratches are my favorite thing ever.
Yeah.
Like when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, press your thumbs into my eyelids.
Yep.
And it feels so good.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Hannah, have you ever felt an intrusive urge to pick up Shane and throw him out a window?
I just wanted to know. I submitted that one. No, I didn't. Someone else did.
No.
No?
No. Not even like an intrusive thought. That has never.
Have you ever wanted to hit me?
No. Well, remember I said I wanted to hit you that one time when we were fighting about whether swimming or football was harder.
Yeah.
But not in a real way.
No.
I was just like, ooh, I could punch you right
Are you
now.
guys listening? You hear it?
Because he was being so rude.
On camera.
Yeah, no. I have never wanted to hit you or throw you out a window.
The other day, she did really encourage me to let her toss me into the pool. She
I
was
didn't
like,
encourge. I said, do you want me to?
you encouraged.
I didn't encourage.
Because you asked, and I said, no, not really. And you were like, come on, it'll be fun. I'll jump in right away and get you. Like, you'll be fine.
I didn't think you would do it. I was just like, do you want to do that? That sounds like a fun activity for you. You know,
Yeah,
having a little momentum in the
Well,
world.
there's something right in there about throwing me.
Yeah.
Sometimes she'll drop me on the bed a little harder than is necessary.
I'll drop you from 1 inch above the mattress instead of setting you down. Okay. Hannah holds and helps Shane everywhere, and it's always one-way physical support. Isn't there sometimes intrusive, wow, so many intrusive thoughts. Intrusive thoughts, quote, I want to be held sometimes. Do you discuss such things? Do you discuss that disbalance in your life? Do you speak about fears? This is a lot of questions.
Dude, this is getting serious.
If you ever break up, Hannah can easily find another relationship, while for Shane it may be harder.
Excuse you.
That's really debatable.
That's debatable.
Isn't it alone make extra burden for Hannah? I'm really sorry for this really uncomfortable question. My excuse is you asked for it.
Well, thank you. You're right. We did ask for it.
All right, we should go through these. I'm just gonna say that I could easily find another relationship, and it would be harder for Shane. Shane has been in more relationships than I, by multiple, and I really, truly believe that if we were to break up, he would find someone, and I would not. Way
Wow.
quicker.
There it is.
Like maybe eventually I would, but I highly doubt it, and I really feel like you would like
you
immediately.
would definitely find someone else.
I don't think I would,
They
Shane,
would
and you
also
know
have
that.
SMA, probably.
No, but seriously, I think you know that I probably wouldn't.
Well, I know that like getting to know someone new
Yeah.
on an intimate level is like probably your least favorite
Yeah.
thing in the entire.
And I
think you
wouldn't-
would just choose not to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not really a choice. I would just be like, this is not for me.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'm
Yeah.
not.
You
No.
would become a farmer.
I would be a single person.
A single farmer.
A happy single person. I mean, I don't know if I'd be happy at that point, but I do think that you like meet people and like get along with people way easier than I do.
But it is funny. This submitter, or this question
Yeah.
submitter, made an assumption that lots of people make,
Yeah.
which is that, like, obviously, it would be way harder for Shane to find someone.
Yeah.
I'm getting into my character there a little bit. But no, like, my wheelchair while for some people is a problem, for many people it's not.
Yeah.
So,
You've never had a problem in that
what
department?
about the one about like being held?
Oh yeah, intrusive thoughts like I want to be held sometimes. Not really. I mean, the way that Shane and I have like physical contact is satisfying to me. Like we cuddle and he can hug me with his arms extremely tight around me. It feels very secure
They kind of lock
because
in the position because they only move so far.
they're locked
So-
in.
We get my arms around her,
Yeah.
and then she's kind of stuck there.
So no, I don't really have like thoughts like that. I mean, the only kind of thought that I would have that's similar would be like, I wish that Shane could like do this activity,
Yeah.
like scuba diving or something. Like you probably could scuba dive, but you would never do
I
that.
will never scuba dive.
Yeah.
I wish Shane could mentally scuba
I wish
dive.
Shane could mentally do adaptive scuba diving, like stuff like that. But
Yeah.
that's not really as so much of like an intrusive
Yeah.
thought. That's just like
We've had times where like you want to take Chloe for a hike,
yeah.
and you're like, I wish you could do this, you know?
Yeah.
And that is totally understandable.
Yeah. But not
That's when you call up tourism and you're like, hey,
Yeah.
I want to go for a hike.
literally. But no, not so much like I want to be held because we have all of that, like,
Yeah.
relationship stuff
And
figured
Hannah
out.
needs physical touch. She just nuzzles into me.
Yeah,
And that is our way of embracing.
Yeah.
You know?
exactly. Aww. How does Shane use the computer to handle all of your emails, pay bills, etc.? This isn't even really an uncomfortable question. This
No.
person probably just
This
really
is-
wanted to know.
Yeah, this is totally not uncomfortable. Thank you for asking. I have my phone right here, actually. I type like this. Boom, 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 with my thumb. Oops, I unlocked it.
Oh my
Can
god.
you lock my phone? Oh, thank you.
Shane can lock his phone.
Yeah, it's easier if she does it. So I use my phone like that. I use my laptop's mouse pad, trackpad the same way with my thumb. And I can do everything pretty much at the same speed as Hannah. I only type on my phone, and I have an app that makes my phone a keyboard for my laptop. So I write my emails and stuff that way. Yeah, all with my thumbs.
Yep.
I think we should take a quick break,
Yeah.
and then we're going to come back because we have more, and they get juicier.
Yeah, the next one is really good.
Oh, all right, we'll be right back.
All right, we're back. I really like this question.
Oh,
What trait, physical or otherwise, of each of yours do you really hope your future child, one, has, or two, doesn't have?
traits of ours?
Yeah, like what traits of ours do we want our children to either have or not have?
Am I saying yours and you're saying mine?
No.
I'm saying what I want them to get from me.
Yeah.
Just understand it here, everyone.
Oh my God, Shane.
She said I'm a slow reader. She tried to parse through the sentence.
Yeah, what do you hope that our children get or don't get from you?
I hope that they get my wit,
Mm.
like my cleverness,
Yeah.
which is like my humor, basically. And I hope they do not get my, like, do yours. I'll think about my not.
What I hope they get from me, love of like animals, like
Aw.
and like sensitivity.
Yeah.
I don't know how I would deal with a child
It's
that
like
like
empathy.
empathy that isn't empathetic because I wouldn't really know how to handle that. Like if they don't pick up worms on the sidewalk or if they like squish an ant, you know?
You would be like, get out of my house.
Yeah, I would be like, oh my God, I have a serial killer on my hands. Like I cannot deal with
That
that.
would be a deal breaker for you and the kid.
Get out.
That's a good one. Yeah, your sensitivity, your
Yeah.
caringness. Caringness is that a word?
Aw.
Let's see. What do I not want them to get from me? Probably my procrastination. I'm a big, like, I get real excited about an idea. Okay, no, it's not really procrastination. It is a lack of
Follow through.
motivation
Mm.
and follow through. Yeah,
Yeah.
follow through. Because I'll have a great idea, let's say, for a new book. I'm making this up. And I'll be real excited about it for like 3 days. I'll talk to Hannah about it all the time. I'll make outlines. I'll like be all jacked up about it. And then it'll fizzle out on the day 4, I'll be like, you know what? Why, like, expend the energy to do the hard part now when I could think about another fun
Yeah.
idea or like.
Well, that's normal.
I guess it is, but I hope that our kids are driven
I know.
and have follow through.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
All right. So for mine, not. I thought that you were gonna say that you hope our kids don't get your like anxiety,
Oh.
because that's my answer.
That
And like
is a good one.
our kids are, if we have biological kids, they are gonna be
They're
anxious.
gonna be a little bit anxious.
Yeah.
I forgot. That's a better answer.
I hope they don't get my mental state.
Wait, which is what for people that
like anxious,
Uh-huh.
you know.
you're a worrier?
Yeah, like the like not moody, but like extremely emotional, which I think comes, you know, kind of hand in hand with the empathy thing. So like, good luck to them.
Yeah, like regulating emotions.
Yeah,
But I feel like I'm, other than anxiety, I'm pretty good at
you are.
regulating emotion.
You're way less emotional than I am.
Yes.
So I hope our kids don't
Well,
have.
no. This is weird. I feel like I'm more. I express it more.
Yeah, because you don't feel it as much. If I expressed it, I would just implode.
Yeah, you
So you just
you
can't express
internalize
it.
it and
Yeah.
bite your nails while we watch movies.
Yeah, so I don't know how our kids are gonna
kids
do.
are doomed. Oh yeah.
They're doomed. Can Shane shower or can he only take baths? Aw. Can Shane sit on the toilet normally, or do you have to hold him on there? Do you use a bidet to help clean him up?
I wish we used a bidet.
Why don't we have a bidet?
I don't know. I would love a bidet.
We should try one.
We have super soakers.
Oh, jeez.
Same basic.
Shane has never. Have you ever taken a bath like in the past
Yeah.
15 years?
Oh, 15?
Like I know you took one as a baby. Like I
As a
took.
kid, I did.
Yeah.
Even like as a young teenager, I did.
You took baths
Yeah. Not often, but I've taken baths.
as a teenager. You
No.
what? Laid in the bath?
I was thinking like 11, 12.
That's
I
not a
don't-
teenager.
Oh, okay, 13. I don't have like vivid memory of any of it, but like,
I was
I'm
obsessed
sure I took a bath.
with baths. I took a 3-hour bath every single day until I was like 12,
wow, 3 hours?
13, 14.
That's what I hope our kids don't inherit
I
from you.
was a freak for baths. I loved them.
So we
I
tell
would
them-
read, I would play,
That
I'd
sounds
listen to audiobooks.
really fun.
I was
Why don't you
weirdo.
bathe more now?
I don't, it's just too much work to get in a bath now. Now I shower.
Can you tell them how I shower?
Yeah, Shane showers with like a shower head. A bath would just, I guess you could take a bath. Your seat is too high up for a bath. We'd have to like
I have a
lower it.
special seat that I kind of lay on.
Yeah.
I'm laying flat on my back. And we put that in the shower.
And it's raised up so that I'm not like in the, like, it's not low in the bathtub.
Yeah.
So Shane doesn't take baths. He showers with like the shower head. And then what was the other question? Oh, sitting on the toilet. Shane has like a little seatbelt type thing that holds him on the toilet. He can like sit there, but that isn't safe.
Yeah.
So like there needs to be some sort of security in case you were to tip over. All right. The next question is, what is Hannah's favorite food to feed Shane?
I love the twist on this one.
I've never
You
thought
have
about it.
You have preferences. They go in the opposite direction. There are foods that you don't like
Like what?
feeding me. Things that make more noise. Things that gloop to like.
No, I was
the
gonna say like
spoon.
rice is easy to feed you, and you usually make that gloopy.
Rice is your favorite to feed me.
I don't know. I can't.
I feel like when let's say I have sludgy mac and cheese, I'll take a bite, and because my lip tone is not at its finest, I won't like quite get every like.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen with rice.
I know. I'm just saying you have preferences, because then if there's a little bit of cheese left
Yeah.
on the fork or spoon, you're like, Use your
Well,
lips.
Yeah, I'm like, use your lips because you're supposed. Remember, we went to a session at the Curious May conference a couple of years
Just
ago.
rabbit hole.
Yeah, about like oral therapy or something. Like I don't even know what it was called. What was it called?
It was like
feeding.
mouth exercises.
Yeah, it was like mouth exercises for eating, and the therapist there was showing how important it is to use your lips on a spoon, and that is like the number one thing you can do.
I don't. I use my teeth.
And I'm like, Shane, use your lips. So now, like once every month, he'll use his lips for a meal.
That's what we should say when people ask your pet peeve.
Yeah,
It's
he doesn't
me
use his
using my
lips.
teeth on silverware and like cups.
I'm trying to be your therapist.
When I sip like with my teeth.
Yeah, charisma helped. Why are we talking about
I don't know,
charisma
just
so much?
Share it.
But charisma helped Shane take a sip a couple of months ago, and she was like, "Oh my God, you bite the glass!" And I was like, "See, Shane, it's not normal to bite on the glass. Use your lips.
I don't use my lips a whole lot.
You got to get better
I
about
gotta
it."
practice.
So yeah, I guess like something dry like rice would be accurate. You know,
That's your favorite food to feed me.
I don't.
That's fine.
I'm not passionate about this.
thought
You
you had-
thought that I would be like,
thought this was more important to you.
amazing question. I've been waiting for someone to ask. I honestly wish I had more time to think about it. I'm sure I do have preferences,
Probably things that make me like moan. You know, like
things that you
things
love.
that I love. It's always
Sure.
it's more fun. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, then force feeding you something you you hate.
It's the force feeding that's the difficult ones.
All right, and then the last one is about it's who toots more, and I'm not gonna read that question. So this has been Junkyard Mayhem, everyone,
Who toots more?
and thank you for listening. If you enjoyed, I hope that you will leave us a review, comment, like this video, subscribe, do whatever you can. And this has been Junkyard Mayhem.
Remember, everyone, it is a joke out there, and Hannah toots more than
Oh
Shane.
my God.
Goodbye.